The world has a brand new Olympic champion in the women's 100-meter hurdles, and her name is Mai Russell. She ran 12.33 seconds to pull it off. But to be real with you, that is only the end of the story that I'm about to tell you. One that is so ridiculous, I literally had to fact check myself along the way. But before I get into all that, let's start with the part you probably should know by now. Because she won that final race by 1/100th of a second. But that Olympic field was stacked. It included the last two NCAA champions in the 100 hurdles, along with the 60-meter hurdle world record holder, another woman who won the world championship in that event, along with the reigning Olympic champion in the 100 hurdles. But none of the women I just described are named Mai Russell. What I'm trying to tell you is that Mai Russell was never supposed to win the Olympic gold medal in the 100 hurdles, certainly not in Paris for 2024. And that is not just my opinion, because one of her most prominent sponsors likely only became her sponsor in the first place because they were hoping to talk her out of running pro track and field to begin with. The truth is that Mai Russell has been one of America's best young hurdlers for the better part of the past decade, but the past 2 years of her career are a pretty good example of almost everything that's wrong with the sport of track and field right now. And it's a really good thing for her that she actually won the gold medal in Paris, because she knows just about as well as anyone that if you're not first, then you might as well be last in the eyes of most fans. But that part is also ironic, which is why I'm going to choose to start the story off this way. Mai Russell is not a normal track and field athlete. She is in her first year as a pro. But if you check her social media accounts, you would never know it. She actually has nearly 500,000 followers on Instagram at this very moment. And to clarify, most of those followers did not just show up after she won the gold medal. Mai Russell has been producing content on multiple platforms successfully for a good while now. It's why her follower counts on all of them are so high. Long story short, a lot of people really like Mai Russell, no pun intended, but her success on the track is only just a part of that. And I've already told you that I'm going to choose to focus on things that happened over the course of the past 2 years. But there's one thing that I have to address. It's about that whole sponsorship part. Mai Russell competed in college through 2023, but in December of 2021, she signed an NIL deal, which is a thing now in college, but that was with a company that we don't normally think of associated with athletics, at least not college athletics. World Wrestling Entertainment. Yes, I am talking about WWE. They gave her an NIL deal all the way back then. They made it clear that it was to help them identify college athletes who could likely start a career in pro wrestling. Mai Russell is a hurdler, last time I checked. But at that moment in her track career, she hadn't won any NCAA championships, or even conference championships out in the SEC, because she competed for Kentucky. So I'm just gonna go out on a limb here for a moment. I do not believe that the WWE realistically thought that Mai Russell was gonna become an Olympic gold medalist in the hurdles. They must have figured out that she had a large social media following, and was obviously athletic, and decided to just place their bets that maybe she'll turn into a fan favorite as a pro wrestler. They did send her an official congratulations after she won the gold medal. But that is not the success they were hoping she was going to have a few years ago. I could be wrong, but I doubt it. But if you're new here, I want to say thank you for even making it this far into the video. And I'm Coach Rob, the founder of SCArecruiting.com, where I rank the best track and field recruits across the entire nation. And if anything that I say actually connects with you, it is always greatly appreciated if you would please like and subscribe. But if I don't, just let me know in the comment section, because I try to read them all. So when you fast forward to 2023, Mai Russell was one of the best hurdlers in the NCAA. But remember, I just said one of. She had never won an individual championship in college, either at the conference level or the NCAA level, and she was a senior at that moment. But indoors in the 60-meter hurdles, she broke the collegiate record. Not just once, not just twice, but 3 times. She actually won a conference championship, but didn't win the NCAAs because Akira Nugent of Arkansas, who now runs for Jamaica, happened to run even faster, setting a new collegiate record at the NCAA championship meet. And that same woman showed up to compete against her, representing Jamaica in the Olympic final we just witnessed. And a few weeks after losing indoors, Mai Russell ran her first 100 hurdle race outdoors. That was at the Texas Relays, where she broke the collegiate record in that event. I'm not making this up. The same woman who had not won an NCAA championship throughout her entire career had now broken 2 collegiate records in back-to-back seasons. And after all that, she didn't win the SEC championships in the 100 hurdles. And she didn't win the NCAA championships in that event as well. And of course, you probably can guess who did. Akira Nugent, who now runs for Jamaica. I can't speak for the whole WWE thing, but Nike did recognize her talent on the track, which is why they chose to sponsor her immediately thereafter. She went to the USA's in 2023. Did not win the event, but still made Team USA anyway. And then at the World Championships, tripped over a hurdle in the semi-final heat. And in 2024, she competed all the way through the indoor season. Made Team USA without winning the American Championship again. She was actually a replacement for one of the women who technically did qualify. And at the World Championships, actually made the final, but finished in 4th, the first woman to not get a medal while she was there. Believe it or not, I was there to watch her first 100 hurdle race of the 2024 outdoor season. It was at the Tom Jones Memorial Meet, where she did make the final, but tripped over a hurdle and did not get to complete that race. To be clear, America does dominate the women's 100 hurdles. It's why we always have the majority of the world's fastest women running for us. It's how we swept the Olympics in 2016 and left Kenny Harrison off of that team, who still broke the world record in that event a few weeks after the trials. And Mai Russell didn't run anything close to her college PRs for the remainder of the outdoor season until she got to the Olympic trials itself, where she came through to win the American Championship. The same woman who had never won an individual 100 hurdle championship in her conference or at the NCAA level before that. And of course, you should know by now what actually happened at the games in Paris. When you see that gold medal around Mai Russell's neck, there are 2 ways that we can look at it. One is that she was always supposed to be here because she was one of the fastest women at whatever level she was competing at from high school up until now, and she definitely has the records to back it up. Yet the other way to see it is that she is the same woman that WWE Next tried to convince to leave track and field to begin with. Because when they saw her, they really weren't paying that much attention to what she was doing on the track. If they were, they probably would have tried to sponsor whoever was actually in front of the races she was in. They believed in Mai Russell enough to give her an NIL deal, but the deal was also contingent on her not being too good at track and field for them to cash out the way they hoped. Well, I guess the joke is on them, because Mai Russell doesn't just run track and field. She is the Olympic gold medalist in the women's 100-meter hurdles. She's always been faster than just about anyone else who would race against her. The clock is definitely proof of that. But now, she finally had the gold medal to back it up. SCA track and field gear is here. Fast is a lifestyle, and what you wear should reflect that. Order yours at scarecruiting.com/shop or use the link in the description below. It's a huge support to me and this channel, so I can continue to make you more content like this. And remember, it is always greatly appreciated if you would please like and subscribe.